George Mazd takes his seat inside the Aquadome, which is a circular atrium located on the largest cruise ship in the world. He is getting ready for what is going to be an amazing presentation. The billionaire owner of Inter Miami is currently on board Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas to announce the record-setting jersey partnership that his Major League Soccer club has formed with the cruise line. Additionally, he is present to watch the naming ceremony of the vessel. He watches as the performers enter the stage, which includes a Scottish cover band that has won multiple awards, aquatic acrobats, and the most anticipated performer of the day, Lionel Messi, an Argentine-born and raised soccer player. At one point in time, such fanfare seemed incomprehensible for Inter Miami. It was a team that was in last place in the highest division of American professional soccer 10 months ago. It had a valuation of $600 million, which was barely above the average for the league. Despite the fact that David Beckham owned a portion of the club, it had very little global fame. The 61-year-old Mas claims that in order to be unaware of the fact that Lionel Messi plays for Inter Miami, one would have to be living under a rock. Even though Messi's compensation at Inter Miami is significantly lower than the rumored offer of $400 million per year that the Argentine superstar turned down from the Saudi Pro League, the contract that Messi signed with Inter Miami was not inexpensive. According to Mas, Messi will receive guaranteed income of between $50 and $60 million per year, with the possibility of earning even more through individual revenue-sharing agreements with other companies, such as Apple and Adidas. Further, Messi possesses the option to acquire ownership in the club, which in the event that it is exercised does not necessitate a buy-in. However, the franchise that is situated in South Florida has already demonstrated that the reward is more than deserving of the financial risk that was taken. Inter Miami's revenue more than doubled to $118 million in 2023, despite the fact that Messi had only played for the club for a full season. As a result of Messi's influence on ticket sales, lucrative advertising agreements, and an unprecedented global preseason tour, the club anticipates that this year's revenue will surpass $200 million. In addition, Messi's presence resulted in a doubling of the number of subscriptions to the league's Apple TV streaming service in the previous year, and teams who hosted Inter Miami saw significant boosts in gate income. According to Forbes, Inter Miami is currently the second most valuable team in Major League Soccer, MLS, with a value of slightly more than $1 billion. Mas, approximately 80% share in the club, has increased his already substantial fortune to $1.7 billion. As a result of Mas' unwavering and once unreasonable optimism that he would eventually land the 8-time winner of the Ballon d'Or, Inter Miami has had a dramatic surge in their reputation. However, despite the fact that Messi's entrance presented his team with a window of opportunity, Mas is confronted with an immediate issue. Messi, who is 36 years old, is unable to continue playing for an infinite amount of time, and his departure comes with the possibility of undoing Inter Miami's gains. According to Mas, we are aware of the opportunity that lies ahead of us. We need to make sure that we keep fans, regardless of whether or not Messi is playing. In hindsight, Mas is an improbable architect of what is possibly the most significant agreement in the history of soccer in the United States, keeping in mind that the sport was not even close to being his first love. Mas, who was born in Miami and is the son of Cuban refugees, was a baseball devotee growing up and had the aim of playing in college. However, a knee injury prevented him from achieving his goal, according to Mas. Instead, he attended the University of Miami to get a degree in business. Not long after that, he joined his father, George Mas Canosa, who was a well-known figure in the Cuban Exile Society, at the construction company that his family owned. When Mas was younger, he introduced computers and automated the company's billing procedures, which marked the beginning of an evolutionary period for the company. Following the devastation that Hurricane Andrew caused in South Florida in 1992, he made the most of the opportunity to reconstruct the infrastructure of the state. The foundation was prepared for a reverse merger that resulted in the formation of Mastech in the year 1994. Currently, the company that is quoted on the New York Stock Exchange brings in an annual revenue of $12 billion. Mas, like many other extremely wealthy sports fans, has entertained the idea of owning a franchise. According to him, the holy grail would have been to be the owner of the Miami Dolphins of the National Football League. But life has taken me where it should have taken me. In 2018, he failed in his attempt to purchase the Miami Marlins of Major League Baseball. This was his moment. Don Garber, the commissioner of Major League Soccer, made a cold call to Mas in an effort to find a local partner who would join Beckham in bringing additional teams to South Florida. He deliberated over the offer, aware that it would be a hazardous investment given that the majority of Major League Soccer clubs have historically posted losses. However, Mas agreed to become a member of the new ownership group after having a conversation with the former captain of England and discussing the idea that they both had in common. According to Garver, I knew that he had a substantial passion for our sport, that he loves his city, and that he had a grand vision for what Major League Soccer, MLS, in Miami could be. One could say that it was a case of love at first sight. The goal of Mas was to entice the best players in the world even before Inter Miami made its debut in the year 2020. He began meeting with Messi's agent and father, George Messi, in September of 2019. During the course of his chase, he traveled through Rosario, Argentina, Doha, Qatar, Barcelona, and Paris. At the same time, reports began to circulate that the Argentine would either travel to Saudi Arabia or remain in Europe. The patience of Mas was rewarded in June of last year when Messi announced his new location, which resulted in a surge of enthusiasm in South Florida. Craig Robbins, a major real estate developer in Miami, describes the current state of affairs as follows. More people feel connected to our city or want to be connected with our city in a deeper way. Because of soccer, Miami became a city. On the other hand, Messi's limitations have already been brought to light. The Chicago Fire attracted 62,124 spectators to Soldier Field in October to watch the newest sensation in Major League Soccer, MLS. But he was unable to play due to an injury just minutes before the game was scheduled to begin. Additionally, he did not attend the preseason tour portion of the club's tour that took place in Hong Kong in February, which resulted in a great deal of criticism from fans who were dissatisfied. The fact that the 2024 competition schedule is so full just makes it more urgent for Mas to find a way to plan for the future of his franchise beyond Messi. It is not known when Messi will cease his career in Major League Soccer. He has a contract for the years 2024 and 2025, as well as an option for the year 2026, and Mas is highly confident that his star will remain with the team for the additional year, despite the fact that he will be reaching the age of 40. According to Mas, it is expected that the partnership revenue of Inter Miami will not be affected in the short term. He had planned for several of the club's contracts to expire around the time that Messi arrived so that the team could sign more lucrative contracts, which he claims will continue to be in effect much after the star's stint. Inter Miami has announced that, in addition to the agreement with Royal Caribbean, it has also signed multi-year contracts with JP Morgan Chase and Duracell during the course of the past few months. In the same way that Pele's signing with the Cosmos in 1975 caused other worldwide soccer stars to relocate to New York, Mas is betting that Inter Miami's destiny will be determined by its ability to get other great players to join his ranks. It is his assertion that money is not a consideration. As for Miami, it does have some advantages, such as warm weather, cultural attraction, the absence of a state income tax, and the fact that it is close to home for players from Latin America and South America. Mas anticipates that Major League Soccer will have between 12 and 20 of the top 100 players in the world by the year 2027. Additionally, this is a vital time for the league since they are hoping to profit on the World Cup in 2026, which will be staged in 16 different cities across North America. It is possible that the most important factor is the media arrangement that it has with Apple. Beyond the $2.5 billion that is guaranteed over a period of 10 years, the tech giant will share revenue with Major League Soccer, MLS, at a subscriber threshold that has not been announced. The statement made by Mas is, "I feel a responsibility to help the league first." This was not just a big deal for Inter Miami, it was a big deal for the entire league. To ensure the continued success, well-being, and expansion of the league as a whole, I will continue to exert as much effort as I possibly can. This finishes today's video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.